Good morning, and thanks for joining us here on The Real Story. I'm Emma Wolforst. With the November 2024 elections in the rear view, it might seem like a while before you think about voting again, but campaign season for 2025 and even 2026 midterms is already kicking off here. In Connecticut, a program now in its 29th year is inspiring women to work in politics. I caught up with the campaign school at Yale's executive director, Patricia Russo.
So I got started, like many women, Emma, accidentally. I got involved politically when I was in high school and really loved it. And no one was political in my family. So it was kind of a shock for everyone. I mean, everyone always voted, but that was the extent of their political activity. Then I started working on just some campaigns and loved it and decided to major in political science as a result. And that just kind of catapulted me to where I am today, running the most phenomenal campaign school at Yale.
This is not just for candidates. It is
Right.
also for people who want to be involved in a campaign like you were. Tell me a little bit about the difference and how that programming works for whatever level you want to be involved in.
Yeah. So we are a nonpartisan, issue neutral political campaign training program, Emma, both for candidates who are interested in running for office as well as those who are interested in campaign management. So what we like to say at our school is not every woman was born to run, but every woman was born to lead. Find your path. Let us help you get there. In June, so our premier 5-day training, which you joined us for last June, is returning or will be seating our 29th class at Yale Law School the week of June 9th through the 13th. And we're in the process now. We're knee deep in accepting students.
When you started with TCS, did you ever think that it would still be here, 29 classes later?
I did think it was going to take a while for us to achieve political parity for women. I didn't know exactly how long it was going to take. I knew it was going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride in terms of the numbers. There are years, as you know, where women spike and there's so many women wanting to run or wanting to run campaigns, and then we plummet. And so it is taking a while, longer than I think all of us anticipated to get to that 50%. But we're getting there. We're getting there. The response has been phenomenal this year. We're 3/4 full in terms of our class. So that's really exciting already. We've extended the deadline Monday, April 21st, just because now we're getting letters from great candidates saying, I have to find my recommender. I can't get my letter in on time. I need a day or two. So we just decided to give everyone a week to get everything in. So that's where we are right now.
Obviously, the mission statement for the campaign school is politically and issue neutral. How important is that? And do you feel that creates a successful environment for attendees?
I think it's critical. I think it's more critical now more than ever. I date myself, and I talk a lot about my time on Chris Dodd's first Senate race here in Connecticut. And after he got elected, I ran down to DC. We were having dinner together, and there he is around the dining room table in the Senate dining room with his best friends in the Senate: Teddy Kennedy, Bob Dole, John McCain, Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden. And, he was talking about a piece of legislation. And he was like, look, guys, we all can't get 100% on this, but we can get 90. How does 90 sound to you? There was a lot of that going on. Everyone knew each other's families. They were friends. And so much got achieved for Americans because they were able to collaborate and negotiate. And so we feel very strongly, I think one of the many strengths of our school is the diversity of our talent pool of students: Democrats, Republicans, independents, unaffiliated, international students, all coming together to make the world a better place.
And do you think the women who graduate from the campaign school come away with that appreciation for bipartisanship and that focus on it?
I absolutely. We give our students the opportunity to get to know each other as human beings. I know, what a concept. So it's less about your political party and more about you. Who are you? Why are you a proud Democrat or a proud Republican or a proud union leader? What's your story? So we give our students the opportunity to let their hair down and really get to know each other. They all also have a real commitment to public service. That is why they are coming to our school. They want to be effective leaders for the greater good. I want to be an effective leader, Patty, for my community, for my state, for my country. How do I do that? I might be running as a Democrat, but I know once I'm elected, I need to figure out how to communicate effectively with all my constituents who may not be just Democrats. How do I do that? So we give our students the opportunity to get to know each other. And all we can hope is by the end of their phenomenal 5 days with us, they will take that with them as they return to their states, their countries, and get ready to lead.
What do you want people to know, or what are some of the highlights that, they will learn or focus on if they attend the campaign school?
So if they go on our website, which is tcsyale.org, and look under 5-day training, they will see all that they will get. There is last year's summer session schedule, the 2024 schedule, and they'll see how comprehensive it is. It's all about training. It's all about skewing you for success, right? We want you to win. We want you to have the skills necessary for you to return home and announce your candidacy on Monday if you want to. That's really what it's about. It's about putting everything that you learn with us for 5 and 10 days into practice on your behalf immediately.
I know there was a spike in interest for you all after the November elections. We're obviously in a new presidential administration. I think a lot of people that I speak with feel like there is uncertainty and there is chaos federally, and this was a big election. But it's so important what happens locally, of course, as well. And a lot of the people that you're, training may go on to work on presidential campaigns, but a lot of people are candidates for those important, pivotal local races. Can you tell me a little bit more about why that's so important on the local level of continuing, especially with what's happening federally?
Right. So all politics is local. It is. All politics is local, and everything in life, Emma, is political. Everything in life. So when people say to me, "Oh, I love the work that you're doing, Patty, it's so important, but I'm not political." And I say, "You're missing out. Everything in life is political. Negotiating with your spouse, negotiating at work, figuring it out with your kids. Everything is political. So why not figure out how to do it well, right? How to skew yourself for success. Right now, we're knee deep in the local elections, right? So mayors are running. Our candidate, our grad, Caroline Simmons, is running for re-election in Stamford. She just announced. Our grad, Jennifer Tooker, first select woman of Westport, is running for governor on the Republican side. So we have a lot of exciting, phenomenal grads out there running and getting ready to run for higher office, as well as running for re-election on the local level. There are many that are coming to our school right now for June that are getting ready for the 2026 midterms. So we're seeing the majority of the students coming are getting ready for next year.
What would you say to those who might say, "Oh, I could never be involved in that. I could never be involved in politics. That's not something I would benefit from." What would you say to them?
Well, again, you're missing out, and so much that's happening. Pay attention. So much that's happening right now is going to have an impact on you and your families. All of these cuts that we're seeing federally, they're going to have a major, major impact on the local level. And, and so as a result of that, we're getting calls. Suddenly, I'm a Social Security expert. I'm a vets expert. My grads are calling saying, "Patty, my grandfather didn't get his vets benefit. What do I do? Who do I call? My mom didn't get her Social Security this month. Who do I call? Help me. So it's going to impact everyone, everyone. So why not be part of the solution?
And how important is it to have part of that solution be these diverse voices, and in this case, specifically women?
Well, we bring our life experience to the table, to the in the way in which we lead. Usually, women who are in leadership are much more collaborative, Emma, in their leadership style. It's less about, I want it all, and too bad for you. It's more about, how can we work collaboratively for the greater good. And so that's what we have seen throughout quite frankly, our 29-year history with our students so they go out in the world. The other thing we're seeing is, we're seeing more men coming to the school who are running campaigns for women, and they say things like, I've got to come to your school. I know that my candidate is going to have challenges as a woman running for office that I can't even imagine. I don't even know what they are. So in order to be an effective campaign manager, I must come to the school. And I'm like, yes, you must. And some of them are running campaigns for our grads. So they're like, you want me to hire you? You've got to go to the campaign school at Yale first. They can email us at info@tcsyale.org if they have questions, or they can give us a call at 203-734-7385. But just don't overthink it. That's what women do. We overthink it, and then we get small, and we have a million reasons why it's not possible. You are possible. Let us help you get there.
And still to come here on The Real Story, we're halfway through the state legislative session now, but there's still a lot of work to be done. As bills are passed out of committee and lawmakers tackle the state budget, some are taking to the streets, asking residents about their concerns. What we're hearing from those constituents next.